The streets of Seoul buzzed with an electric energy that no holiday lights could rival. But what exactly caused such a magnetic pull in the heart of the city? Could it have been the dazzling decorations lining the streets, or was there something, or someone, far more extraordinary drawing the crowd? The answer unfolded as none other than Jin, BTS's beloved eldest member, stepped into the crisp winter air, greeted by the overwhelming cheers of fans who had been waiting for this moment for what felt like an eternity. But what made this particular gathering so special, and why did it feel like an early Christmas miracle for everyone involved? Seoul, already brimming with festive cheer, found itself at the center of a heartwarming spectacle when Jin took time out of his schedule to meet fans. The surprise interaction, taking place in a bustling square decorated with twinkling lights and holiday displays, quickly became a magical moment that captured the true spirit of Christmas. But what exactly did Jin say, and why were there so many teary-eyed fans clutching handmade gifts? The scene was nothing short of emotional, with layers of joy and gratitude radiating from both Jin and ARMYs alike. As Jin approached the eager crowd, his face lit up with a genuine smile that seemed to melt the cold December air. Fans waved enthusiastically, some holding banners adorned with his name, while others clutched carefully wrapped presents or hand-drawn portraits. But what did those gifts mean to Jin, and how did they create a bond between the global superstar and his devoted fans that words could barely capture? Among the sea of outstretched hands and glowing faces, Jin paused to accept a small envelope decorated with vibrant stickers. A young fan had drawn a beautiful picture of him surrounded by snowy mountains and a bright starry sky. As he looked at the illustration, Jin's eyes seemed to glisten with emotion. What was it about this simple drawing that resonated so deeply with him, and why did he choose to share this moment with everyone watching? Jin, ever the humble and kind-hearted idol, expressed his gratitude in a way only he could. "This is beautiful," he said, holding up the picture for everyone to see. "You all always give me so much love. It's overwhelming, and I don't know if I deserve it, but thank you from the bottom of my heart." His voice, filled with sincerity, carried through the crowd, leaving many fans wiping away tears. But what else did he reveal during this emotional interaction, and how did his words leave a lasting impression on those lucky enough to be there? As fans continued to present their gifts, ranging from handmade cards to intricately designed crafts, Jin made an effort to acknowledge each one. One fan handed him a delicate ornament with his name engraved on it, while another offered a scrapbook filled with photos and messages from ARMYs around the world. The personal nature of these gifts seemed to strike a chord with Jin, who took his time flipping through the pages and admiring the effort that went into every detail. But how does a global superstar process such an outpouring of love, and what does it mean to him to receive these tokens of appreciation? The gathering wasn't just a one-sided show of affection. Jin, too, had prepared something special for his fans. In a moment that caught everyone by surprise, he reached into his coat pocket and pulled out small, handwritten notes, which he began handing out to fans. Each note contained a personal message, written in Jin's unmistakable handwriting, expressing his gratitude and holiday wishes. But how long had he been planning this gesture, and what inspired him to go the extra mile for his fans? Jin's interaction with the crowd extended beyond just accepting gifts and sharing words of thanks. At one point, he spotted a group of fans singing Epiphany, his iconic solo track. Touched by their dedication, Jin joined in, creating a magical sing-along moment that united everyone in the square. The harmony of voices filled the air, echoing through the streets and creating a memory that fans would cherish forever. But what was it about this spontaneous performance that left such an indelible mark on everyone present? As the event continued, Jin opened up about the challenges he had faced over the past year, including his military service and the pressures of balancing his career with personal growth. "Sometimes, life feels overwhelming," he admitted. "But every time I see your support, it reminds me why I do this. You are my strength." His candidness struck a chord with fans, who responded with shouts of encouragement and declarations of love. But what does it mean for someone like Jin to show vulnerability, and how does it strengthen the bond he shares with his fans? The festive atmosphere of the gathering culminated in a moment of collective joy as Jin, ever the playful and witty member of BTS, joked about his love for food. "I think I've gained a little holiday weight already," he laughed, eliciting giggles from the crowd. "But don't worry, I'll make sure to eat even more delicious food this Christmas." His lighthearted comment served as a reminder of the simple joys that connect him to his fans, making him not just a superstar but also a relatable human being. As the evening drew to a close, Jin took a moment to address the crowd one last time. "Thank you for being here," he said, his voice steady but filled with emotion. "This year has been a journey, but you've made it worthwhile. I hope you all have a beautiful holiday season, surrounded by love and happiness. Let's continue to support each other in the new year." His heartfelt words were met with thunderous applause, a fitting end to an unforgettable night. But as Jin disappeared into the festive glow of Seoul's streets, one question lingered in the minds of everyone who had been there. What lies ahead for Jin and BTS in the coming year? With his return to public life and the undeniable bond he shares with ARMYs, the possibilities seem endless. Will there be new music, more surprises, or perhaps another moment like this that captures the hearts of millions? For now, fans can only hold onto the memory of this magical evening, replaying the moments in their minds and cherishing the connection they felt with their idol. Jin's interaction with his fans in Seoul was more than just a holiday event. It was a celebration of love, gratitude, and the enduring power of human connection. And as the world waits to see what comes next, one thing is certain: Jin's journey, and the journey of BTS, is far from over. The night in Seoul may have ended, but the ripples of its impact continue to spread, touching the hearts of millions across the globe who weren't physically present but followed the event through social media and news outlets. Videos and photos of Jin smiling warmly, holding the handmade gifts, and singing along with fans began circulating online almost immediately, trending under hashtags that captured the spirit of the evening. But what is it about this moment that resonated so deeply with fans worldwide? Was it the intimacy of the gathering, the sincerity in Jin's words, or the shared holiday spirit that transcended barriers of distance and language? One thing that stood out was Jin's undeniable authenticity. In an industry often characterized by polished personas and carefully curated appearances, Jin's willingness to be genuine and vulnerable set him apart. Fans remarked on his ability to make each individual feel seen and valued, even in a crowd of thousands. "He doesn't just perform for us, he connects with us," one fan wrote on Twitter, capturing the essence of why Jin's presence felt so special that night. But what drives Jin to prioritize this connection, even when the demands of his career might pull him in other directions? Many fans speculated that the timing of the event, so close to Christmas, held deeper significance. For Jin, the holiday season has often been a time of reflection and gratitude, as evidenced by his previous messages to fans during this time of year. But this year carried an added layer of meaning as it marked his return to civilian life after completing his military service. The challenges he faced during his enlistment, coupled with his return to the spotlight, seemed to have deepened his appreciation for the support he receives from ARMYs. Could this be why he chose this particular moment to express his gratitude so openly?